Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to today's conversation class. Happy New Year to everyone first of all, and today's class is about the environment. So there's a lot of talk these days about the environment and what we're doing to protect it, and this will be today's topic of discussion. Some of you probably think that it's very important, and some of you don't think it's the most important thing in the world, so we'll have maybe a little bit of a debate here. So please go ahead and join, and we will get started right now. It looks like we're filling up. So welcome everyone to the class. Okay, if you've got a lot of mic noise, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, and when it's your turn to talk, I'll unmute you. So we're going to go ahead and start with our introductions. Please introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and since today's topic is about the environment, give us a comment on how your country deals with this problem of the environment. So my name is Audrey. I'm from the US, and as you might know, the US is the biggest consumer of power, and so we're not the most environmentally friendly country in the world. There are a lot of steps that we're taking to become more environmentally friendly, but in the grand scheme, we are still a big problem in this problem of pollution. So let's go to our first student. We have Christian. How are you? I think your mic is muted. Could you unmute your mic? We can't hear you. Are you there, Christian? I see you talking, but we can't hear you. Okay, let's go to someone else, and hopefully you can get your mic unmuted, and we can come back to you. Okay? We have Citra. How are you doing today?
Hello everyone. I'm Chitra. I come from Indonesia.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you, Citra. And tell us a little bit about the environmental problem there. How does your country deal with this problem of the environment?
Yes, I have to admit that the environment in my country is a problem, especially for flood, for example. And about that, we have tried to give what is it? I don't know how to say it. To give us the suggestion or something like that to the community. I mean.
Mm-hmm. And is it the government that does not find this a priority, you think?
Excuse me, can you repeat what you said?
Yes. Do you think that the government finds the environment to be not a priority?
Yes, I don't think so. Our government has many other things to think, I think.
Yes. So when it comes to being more environmentally friendly, the government does not help people very much in that way, you think?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I see. And tell us what country you were from again?
Indonesia.
Okay, good. Okay, let's go to Jesus. How are you doing?
Yes, how are you?
Let's go to Jesus.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Jesus, where are you from?
I'm from Dominican Republic.
Okay, great. And how does the Christian? We have you unmuted. I'm gonna mute you for a second because you're getting a lot of noise. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to Jesus. You said you're from the Dominican Republic. How does the Dominican Republic deal with the problem of the environment?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes, how does the Dominican Republic deal with the problem of the environment and pollution?
Sorry, I don't understand very good.
Do you think that the government in the Dominican Republic thinks that the environment is important?
Yes, I think it's very important.
Yeah, so what kind of things does the government do to protect the environment? Jesus?
What does it mean environment?
Yes, your mic is a little difficult to hear, but let's come back to you. We'll go to, we have Joseph. Are you there, Joseph? Okay, let's go to Junaid. How are you doing?
Hi Audrey, how are you today?
Fine, nice to see you. Where are you from?
Thank you. I am from Iraq and but now I live in the United States.
Okay, great. So you can maybe compare a little bit. How does the government in Iraq compare to the government in the US when it comes to the environment?
No, I think there is a big difference between them. In Iraq, there is no recycling, and they use there is no government watching for the factories because the factories made a lot of making a lot of pollution in there.
Okay,
And
so there
yeah,
aren't any regulations when it comes to that.
excuse me.
There are no regulations for the factories about the
Yeah, there is
environmental
no
problem.
regulation, and also there is no watching for the cars because there is a lot of many old cars working in the street, and these cars make a lot of pollution also.
Yes,
And also they use the power for another source. For example, they cut a lot of trees, so this is not help the environment to be clean.
right. So
Yeah,
there's basically no regulations about any of this thing.
yeah, and for the bad reason, there is a Ministry of Environment, I think, but just a building. There is no any other working in the ground.
Yes, and as a culture, are the citizens aware of the impact that these things have on the environment? Is it something that citizens are conscious about?
No, yes, they know that, but the problem, the government, they never give him support. For example, the people in many places they don't have electricity, so they try to use the trees or like something like for the heating. So the
Yeah,
problem, yeah, the problem, the people they know that, but there is no any support from the government for
right,
him. So
right.
they did.
Okay, good. Let's go to Luis. How are you doing?
Hello,
Hi, can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, great. And tell us a little bit about how Spain deals with the issues of the environment and pollution.
Well, actually, I'm not very informed about this kind of matters. I don't. I don't think Spain has a specific policy about these problems.
Mm-hmm. And just as an ordinary citizen, do they encourage you to do things like recycle and conserve water or other things like this?
Well, there are several campaigns to encourage people to do that, to save water or to recycle more, but it's very slow. It's going on in a very slow way. Progressive, but very slow.
Yes. Okay, understood. Let's go to Manuel. How are you?
How are you?
Fine,
Fine.
thank you. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Venezuela.
Okay, great. And what do you think about this issue, and how does Venezuela deal with it?
About what issue?
About pollution and the environment.
Okay. I think that is a issue because all people suffers that consequences, and
Yes,
we must to be careful with that problem.
yes. And how does the government in Venezuela react to this problem? Do they support these kind of campaigns very much?
Well, here there is a ministry of ambient or environment ministry, but people doesn't have conscience about that. People are me, people is or people are not conscious.
Yes, I see. Okay, let's go to Michelle.
Hi,
Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay, great. And what do you think about this issue as far as the government in Saudi Arabia is concerned?
Well, I think this is about industrialist trash or pollutions of factories. That's what I think.
This is a big problem there, then.
Yeah, it's not that big problem, but as far as I know, that is the problem.
Yes, I see. I see. And is the government doing anything to help?
About industrial trash, I don't think so.
Hmm.
No. And the pollution of factories, they are trying to fix it as well.
Yes, but it can be a difficult problem because people are not willing to change sometimes, right?
Yeah, right.
Rasal, are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York, but I'm living in New York, but I'm from Pakistan.
Okay, great. So you can also give us a little bit of a comparison. How do the two countries deal with this environmental problem differently?
Well, there's no comparison. Americans are doing very well in this aspect, and Pakistan is way behind. In fact, there's no such thing in Pakistan to deal with the environment. There is environmental ministry, as somebody mentioned before, for his country, but similar in Pakistan. But they are not very serious in this issue, and there is a lot of waste of industrial material going into the water and pollute the water.
Yes. Yes. So it's just kind of non-existent in Pakistan
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay, I see. And we'll go with Scotty. How are you? Where are you from? Scotty?
Yes.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia, from the petroleum countries. We are full of pollution from the oil and gas and so on. When the ship sinking in the sea, it happened a disaster. The sea will full of oil and destroy all the fish and so on. Also, there is in my country or in my region is surrounding the factories from all sides. There is also the air pollution. Maybe the government make some policy to, but it is simple, like grown planets or something like that, and make the factories outside of the cities.
Okay, so they make them outside so that they don't have to follow the regulations then?
Sorry?
So the government puts some policies, some regulations on the factories, right? Correct?
Yes. It's a symbol. It's not affect.
But they can
enough.
also put them. They can put them outside of the city, and they don't have to follow the regulations.
Maybe it's not affect really. It's not affect policy, I think.
Okay. Yes, and what do you think needs to be done to make those policies effective?
Do you ask me?
Yes.
Yes. To make one factory, one big factory, it's better than make so many factories around the city. Okay, and make it in the same area, not put it in the cities full of seasons or full of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you can put it far out away
Yes,
from the city.
at least away of children. At least.
Yes, that is something that could be done. Okay, let's go to Andoni. Can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Andoni. I'm from Mexico, and I'm 16 years old.
Okay, and tell us, do you know much about the way that the Mexican government treats environmental issues?
Well, they say they are doing things to support the environment, but I don't think they are doing things. I don't believe them, because the things are same are similar that they were before. I think it is not a work of the government. I think it is our work.
Are you still there, Andoni? Maybe he's not there. We'll come back to him. Andoni? Okay. Okay, but he made a good point. He left off with the fact that it's not the responsibility of the government, but it's our responsibility as citizens. Does anybody want to comment on that? Do you think that that's true?
Both.
I think that is true.
No, I think it's both responsibility for the government and for the people. Sometimes the people they cannot do a lot of things. For example, how the people they regulate the factories. This comes from
Yeah.
the government.
Yeah, so that's
And
something that the people can't, they have no control over that.
yeah, so I think the responsibility for the both to help the environment and reduce the pollution.
Okay, does anybody disagree that it's all the responsibility of the citizens to do this? Okay,
Yes,
tell us. Tell
I
us what
disagree
you
with
think.
it. Yeah, it's a responsibility of common people as well as government, and I think there should be a worldwide effort to deal with this issue, because it will be getting worse and worse with the passage of time in the future. So everybody should take his responsibility, and there should be a proper planning and development, and so that we can deal with this problem.
Yes, I do agree that there's definitely plenty of responsibility to be put on us as individuals, but
Yes.
when we think about, not everybody's going to think that the environment is important, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So how would we
But
encourage?
actually,
Go ahead.
yes, the government need to take the responsibility to initiate it, to encourage people. Uh, there's more responsibility of government in that.
Okay, so it maybe is the government's responsibility to
Yes.
support this idea to get people started.
Yes.
Okay, good. Mehmet, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, great. Can you tell us where you're from?
Turkey?
Okay, and how does Turkey deal with these environmental issues?
I don't have any idea. Government.
Okay, do they maybe encourage you to conserve power or recycle or things like this?
Cycle.
I think I saw on the TV a project in Turkey. They recycle the trash to make a methane gas, and then they generate a power from the trash.
Oh yes, this is a popular thing to do now is to create this methane gas and work on that. So, Mehmet, have you heard anything like that?
Oh, he lives.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
He doesn't have any idea.
Okay. Well, Junaid, tell us a little bit more about this. What did you hear?
I saw in the news about the Turkey. There is a report about the Turkey and how they recycle the trash to generate a power.
Yes, and do
Yeah.
you think that is this a new concept? Have you heard of this in other places?
Yeah, I think in Europe I saw that also, but I think in all the countries in Asia they did not do that. So I think this is a good idea to know
Well,
to
in
help other.
Pakistan,
Yeah,
in
start.
Pakistan, they are doing it in local level, in homes, uh, but not in the major mega project like you are saying that in Turkey they are doing it.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's possible for a house to recycle their own trash and run off of that.
Yeah, they are like Junaid is saying, they are converting it into the gas. They have some local mechanism to do that, and they are using it to produce electricity in the house.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we have Joseph. Are you there? Maybe not. Let's go to Victoria.
Hello.
Hello, Victoria. How are you today?
I'm fine, but I'm a little late in the class, and I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. Welcome to the class. We're talking about environmental issues, environment. So what we're talking about is some new strategies that are being used to promote the health of the environment. Okay?
To promote the health of the environment.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you must behave. You must have a better behavior
Mm-hmm.
every day. You must recycling, no?
Mm-hmm. Recycle.
And the companies must have a big effort to I don't know to do things better.
Yes. Okay, good. Where are you from, Victoria?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, great. We had another person from Spain. Maybe they're not here anymore. But tell us a little bit about what Spain is doing to help the environment.
Yo, sí. Spain, exactly. I don't know what we are doing different than the other countries. We here perhaps less than other countries because now are a little poor. We don't have money. The country is falling down.
Yes, and what do you think, and this question is for everybody, should the environment be a priority, even if there is, it may cost more to be more environmentally friendly? Should the environment be a priority?
In the environment is a priority. That should be that, but I think that the companies and even people think more about the benefits or the gains that they can attain.
Yes, yes. So the environmental problem is a very far out thing to think of because it's not exactly something that's in the present. It's something that's a problem in the future. So sometimes it can be hard to make that a priority because people are more concerned about what they can gain now and not about the future. Okay, so any comments, any other comments about if the environment should be a priority?
We think more in the present moment and less in the future.
Yes. Yes. Citra, what do you think? I haven't heard you talk in a while.
What?
In Indonesia, there are some main environmental problem, which is the first is deforestation. It is caused by the illegal logging by I don't know by the irresponsible people, and also of course the pollution. Indonesia capital Jakarta is the most polluted city in Indonesia. The pollution consists from the land, the water, and also air. The pollution from the land is from the huge number of citizens who live in the city, and also a big number of them live in the slum area near the river. And they throw the garbage into the river, and it causes flood. So, and beside that, there is no nearby forest in Jakarta, so there is no place to save the water, for example, like that. So Jakarta is always flooded in the rainy season. And also water supply and sanitation is also a big problem in Jakarta. And so far as I know, the government supports in Indonesia, and especially in Jakarta, is such as they teach the citizen to recycle, separate the organic and non-organic garbage, and also they teach them not to waste the not to put the garbage in the river. But I think it is still the problem, and maybe that's the habit in the people there. And yeah,
Yeah.
what can I say?
Yes, that is a very bad problem. Just dumping the garbage in the river. Yes. And what are some sacrifices that come with trying to protect the environment? What do you have to sacrifice? Anybody? Scotty?
First,
You can go ahead. You can go ahead. Sure, go ahead.
what we have to sacrifice is, first we have to be aware that environment is our problem. And yeah, for the people in Jakarta who throw the garbage to the river, they have to be to stop the habit. And yeah, of course the government have to provide much more the place to throw garbage. And of course we have to sacrifice time to clean the environment, to clean the river. And also one of the support that government do in Indonesia is since the people in the big city are too many, such as in Jakarta, there are I think over 10 million people there. So the government has tried to do a kind of we call in Indonesia transmigration or decentralization. So they move the people in the crowded area to the rare to the city which doesn't have many citizens. I think like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who else has a comment about some of the sacrifices that you make to protect the environment? Junaid, do you have anything to add?
I don't know the word sacrifice, what meaning?
Sutra, can you explain the meaning of sacrifice?
Sacrifice is, in my opinion, it is something that we give to get something better. I think. I mean, we give something such as what I said. We give our time to clean the river, and that we get the river is clean. So,
right.
What do you think?
Exactly.
I don't know how to explain.
Can you, Audrey, write it in the chat?
Yes. Sacrifice is something that you give in order to get something back. So, for instance, you can sacrifice your time to recycle in order to protect the environment. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so what are some sacrifices, Junaid, that must be made in order to protect the environment?
I think use the solar system to get benefit from the electricity, not from the oil or the gas. and also keep the water source, not use the water incorrectly, and also keep the green area and forests. Because some
Yes.
people, for example, some people they go to vacation on the forest and they cut the trees and they put some trash there, and this is not good for the environment.
Yes, right. So, okay, let's talk about what you said before, solar energy. That's a very good method of getting energy, but why doesn't everybody use solar energy for everything?
I don't know. I think here in United States there is a system because each family they pay electric bill, and there is a program. If you put a solar energy, you pay the same electric bill to cover the money for the installing the solar system.
Yes, yes, I have heard of that, and I think that's a very good,
Yeah, very good idea.
very good program because
Very good.
the initial problem with solar energy is that it takes a lot of money to install the system, and so that's why people don't usually
Yeah, it's very
use solar
expensive.
energy.
Yeah.
Yes, so
But
this is a way to encourage.
the government must help people by put programs like this program.
Yes, that's very good. What do you think, Rasal, about this program?
Yeah, it's a good program, but main problem is that solar system cannot generate too much electricity, and it, as you say, it is costly. More cost and less production of the electricity, and you need large amount of area to install the cells so that they can produce the desired amount of the energy to run the appliances or all those
Yes.
things in the home or in the factory or in the office. That's the main problem.
Yeah, and also the Russell, there is another problem, not for all areas, just the sunny area.
Yeah,
Because
there is also a big problem of
there is many countries they don't have sun for all the years.
yes,
Yeah.
like in US.
No, in
Yes.
US in the south we have a lot of sun here.
Where are you living, Junaid?
I live in Arizona.
Oh yes, okay, good.
I am in New York, and there is everywhere there is snow.
Yes, so that is definitely there are pros and cons to solar systems. But what are some other methods of attaining energy that are better for the environment?
I think there is near to Arizona, California, they have the wind energy.
Yeah, wind energy.
Yeah, wind energy to generate power.
Yes, what are some pros and cons to wind energy?
Of course, it's a difficult thing. We need an area that has a lot of winds all the year. This is the first problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be very inconsistent, unreliable.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have wind, you don't have power. Okay, but what are some of the pros to wind energy? What are the good things about using wind instead of
there is
oil?
no pollution. There is no pollution, and we keep the environment.
Yes, it's environment friendly.
Mm-hmm. But wind can also be very costly, like solar panels, to put up the wind turbines and everything like that.
Yeah,
so,
same problem with the wind energy.
And there is another way to. There is another way to generate power. They use the water. They make a lake, and then they use the water to to move the turbines for
water turbines.
Yeah, and this is also a good way to keep the environment.
Yes, and there are actually some countries, I can't remember which, but I was reading an article about some countries who use water and wind energy almost exclusively. So it can provide enough power if done in the right way to sustain a population.
In Pakistan, we are using the water turbines to generate electricity.
Yes, that's good. And what about the cost effectiveness? Is it a more efficient way to generate power?
In my opinion, in Pakistan, it is costly. So they are seeking other sources like solar system and other wind power plants to deal with the cost,
and Citra,
to lower
what do
the
you
cost.
think about these? Yes, Citra, what do you think about these alternate energy sources?
I agree about the alternative energy. For example, that solar energy, I think it can be Indonesia because Indonesia has a bright sunny almost all year, I think, especially except in the rainy season and of course in the evening. But I never heard our government has improved this kind of energy. Maybe it is because of the cost. But I think in several houses or hotels, they use it in the big city in Jakarta. And I hear there is now I read an article about the alternative energy in Indonesia. I read that Indonesia also use the geothermal energy to electricity. So it is a kind of renewable, right? And because the fossil energy, our oil is very limited.
Yes, that's right.
And also we use water too, such as there is some big lake in Indonesia, and we use it for electricity.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and let's talk about what are some things that we can do right now to help the environment. Junaid, are there any things that you do currently?
Yeah, for example, in the home we can use water wisely. We don't just open the water and spend a lot of waters, and also we can use the some method like solar system for the electric bill.
And what about things like recycling? Is it easy to recycle as just an everyday citizen? Is it easy to recycle where you live?
No, I think it's difficult and also maybe danger for some people. But I think the people, they can help the government to separate the trash, and this is make easy for the government to recycle.
Yes,
So just separate, yeah. But if we do the recycling at the home, I think it's dangerous and difficult.
Yes, a lot of people that I know have separate bins for, at home they have separate bins for paper and plastic and they recycle every day. But where I live, it's not really, there's no place to take it easily. It's not easy to recycle. So that's maybe something that the government can help us with, is making it more accessible and easier to recycle.
Yeah, and also here we have two trash can, one for the material that we can recycle it, and the other for the general trash.
Yes, right. What do you think, Rasal? What do you do to help the environment personally?
Yeah. First of all, I have to clean my area. That's the first priority. then convince people that there will be a problem in the future, that we have to deal with the environment issue seriously. Those are the first things we have to do.
Yes. And Sutra, what do you think?
I think what we can do to save the environment is first about the recycle. Here in my city, the citizen usually collect the garbage such as the plastic bottle, and they sell it to the certain place. I don't know how to explain it, but and that they get the money. And maybe I think the plastic bottle is sent to the factory, or I don't know. And also, of course, we have to save water and also save the energy,
Yes.
and turn off the electrical appliances when we don't use it. And about the clean the environment is also something we must do too. Here we know there is a kind of I think it is a kind of teamwork job in our neighborhood. It is called gotong royong. So I think every month maybe we usually clean the environment together. What can we do? And also okay, we don't burn the garbage. I mean, there are some people in my community who usually burn the grass, for example, or the plant, the dead plant, and of course it makes it causes the what is it asap. I mean, yeah, of course it has polluted the air, right, with
Yeah.
the fire and the fog, and yeah. So I think the best way is to what is it? Yeah, to put it into the. I mean, we dig a hole and then we put it in the hole, the plant, such as like that.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the
I
best
think,
way is to what is called is a landfill. A landfill.
yes,
So
I agree with you.
do
Hmm.
you others think that the landfill is the best way to get rid of garbage?
Mm, yes.
Either Junaid or Rasal, what do you think about landfills?
I don't understand
A land
landfill.
Yes, a landfill is when they take the garbage and they dig a hole and they put garbage in it and then they cover up the hole.
I think it's a good idea. Uh, I don't know about that much of that.
Yes. Well, in a lot of countries, they promote recycling a lot more because there's just not enough space for landfills. For example, in a lot of European countries, they are much more supportive about recycling because there's not enough land to just take the trash and bury it. So they try and recycle it or do other things with it instead of put it in the dirt. So has anybody else heard about this problem?
Even the country has a lot of field to put the trash, but the problem if they put it without covering the trash, it's more danger than they
Right.
put it underground. So if they have any field for that, I prefer to cover the trash,
Yes.
Yes.
not just put it like that. And this is also is danger, not good.
Yes. And there's a lot of trash that decomposes. So when you put it in the ground, after so many years, it will decompose and return to dirt. So in this case, it is a good idea. But there are a lot of other things that remain forever. For example, plastic will not decompose when you put it in the ground. So it may be maybe not the best idea to put some of these things in the ground if they will just stay there forever and ever.
Yeah, I think it's danger, and also for the next generation. Maybe after many years, they will have a lot of problems with this.
Yes, but there's always going to be trash, and the question is what to do with it. What
Yeah,
are some other ways?
the best thing to recycling. And if you don't have if have a, you have a lot of trash, and the factory that you have, they cannot deal with this big trash, we can send it to another country if they have, because now some people they get benefit from the trash, like for generating power, for reuse it, for example, the reuse it the metal, or reuse the plastic, but put it in
Right.
the ground and keep it like that. Maybe it's danger for the next generation after many years.
Right. There was actually a documentary that talks about how the U.S. deals with old electronics, that a lot of times they ship them off to third world countries and just, just leave them out, bury them, but don't protect the environment. Has anybody heard about this idea of shipping electronics to other countries?
For
No,
example,
I haven't.
they sell the electronics to another countries.
Well, what they do is they take like old cell phones or something that's trash, but that's toxic that you can't put in a landfill because it will hurt the environment too much.
Yeah.
And they send it to other countries that don't have the regulations that us in the US have.
Yeah, I think if they use it in the other country is good. If they try to use this for this cell phone, but if you put it in the ground in the other country, I think the electronic trash is more danger than general trash.
Right, and this is what's happening because they send electronics that are no longer useful to other countries. So that's a big problem. But the question is what to do with it. If you don't send it away, what can we do with things like this?
I think we need another planet to send the trash to there.
Send them to moon.
Please.
Yes, that's an interesting idea.
And we called it a trash planet.
Soon moon will be our trash planet. It will not be so much beautiful in the future.
Or maybe we should just leave all the trash here and go to another planet.
That's a costly idea.
Yeah, costly idea, because we don't have enough tickets.
I think sending the trash to another planet is also costly.
No, that's easy. You pack them in the missile and just throw them.
Yeah, in the missile, and that's it.
Okay, you guys have a perfect plan then. Perfect. Okay,
please.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you?
How are you? Can I involve in this conversation?
Yes, please. We're talking about the environment. What are some comments you have?
I'm Muhammad from Egypt. What about you?
I'm from the U.S. Tell us a little bit about how Egypt goes about dealing with the environment. Do they have a lot of environmental regulations?
I can't hear you good.
Oh, you can't hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Egypt have?
Please, I am intermediate in English language. Please speak slowly.
Okay, no problem. Does Egypt have a lot of environmental regulations?
Environment what?
Yes. Does Egypt try to protect the environment a lot? Do they think that the environment is important?
I can't understand you good. if you know, if you wanted to know something about Egypt, Egypt is a country that have a lot of antiques and a lot of museums and the pyramids and Sphinx.
Okay, yes, perfect. And is there anything that Egypt does to protect the environment?
Protect
Muhammad,
environment.
I write it for Arabic and you in the chat. Yeah,
What?
I write in the chat the question in Arabic.
I am understand. Good. In Egypt, we have Ras Muhammad. We wanted to protect it from the pollution from pollution of environment. We have Sharm el-Sheikh city. It is natural city, and it have this city have a lot of pure air and pure water and pure beaches. The government try to save these areas from the pollution of the industrial zones and the pollution of the cars and the bus. But this is a tries. This is a tries from the government to protect these areas.
Yes, the protection does come at a price. So
what?
The protection does come at a price. It can be expensive.
Yeah, the Sharm el-Sheikh city. It is the most important area in Egypt to protect it from the pollution.
Yes. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. We're almost out of time, so I want to thank all of you for being a part of this discussion, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Day.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Take care, everyone.
Happy New Year, Russell.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
same to you.